across town trying to get to you. I've been keeping my phone on no sound, facing you out, that's true. Now I get butterflies just thinking about your eyes, and that can't be all bad. Things came up, things went down. Maybe turn back around.
Brunch time interview, take one. Introduce yourself, please.
My name is Heather, and I'm Drew's wife.
So, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am originally from Virginia. I moved to North Carolina like 8 years ago now. Met Drew at a bar.
Don't need to go into that.
And we've been married for 4 years now. And as he holds it before, behind the camera. And obviously I'm a mother of one. At least one real child. We have some fur babies.
Oh.
Uh,
I don't like that term.
One actual child. And I don't know.
Any brunch time confessions right now?
How many Brunch time confessions?
So you work from home.
Yes.
I know this because you're my wife. First of all, how is that?
It's fantastic. Apparently I like that word today. But I've been working from home full time for
2 years?
Well, no.
3 years?
Like 4-ish maybe?
Yeah. I guess since we
guess
moved.
right after we got married.
Since
I
we
think
moved. We definitely,
before that even.
Yeah.
I was full time from
That's
home.
right.
I used to commute about an hour to go to work, hour each way, and then I went work from home part time. And then a few years ago, I got the opportunity to go to work from home full time, and it's life changing. A lot of people think I get to do laundry and do dishes and clean the house and do all this other stuff when I work from home, but I actually work from home. Rarely do I take a lunch break or, go to the bathroom sometimes. Sometimes I go all day and I don't even get up to go pee. That's changed, of course, a little bit now that we have a baby, because I'm at home with her all the time, trying to work at least a full 8-hour day as well as manage and take care of her. So I do tend to take more breaks and stuff like that, but when I work from home, I actually work from home.
Yeah.
But again, no commute, no car maintenance.
Well, I try to leave you alone.
And yeah,
that's a lot of, I think the problem people working at home is their spouse doesn't exactly understand that office dynamic that needs to happen.
Yeah. You definitely are good about understanding that when I'm working, and sometimes I have to work weird hours. I work for a global company, so sometimes I have to work with people in Asia Pac, and obviously the time zones are really different, so sometimes I have to work late at night, which isn't very often, but it does happen. But working from home is really convenient.
It's worked out recently because I just kind of moved positions where I have a 6 to 3 schedule, so that takes 2 hours away. Where if you need any urgent work to be submitted, I guess.
Yeah, it is kind of like a light at the end of the tunnel when she wakes up from her midday nap. I know I only have an hour or two left of the day where I have to juggle baby and work, and then he'll get home and you'll get home and take her, and I know she's taken care of, and I can focus on work for at least a few hours.
Now, we're working on a global scale. Do you see any differences in, I know, I only listen from downstairs, but your workload as it pertains to changes in COVID, is that different now? Are you having to do more? Is it less?
My workload hasn't significantly changed because I do work from home, and so my work itself is still pretty similar. Now, the people that I work for and kind of what my job is my job is doing metrics analysis for people that travel a lot, and so their job has significantly changed, and so I have had to make some adjustments to the way I do things. We've had to make some workarounds, and so I have to pull information a little bit differently, and so it does make my job harder as far as pulling data, but as far as my hours and my actual workload hasn't significantly changed. other than, again, a little bit more manual effort on my part for some things where our systems aren't set up to adjust for.
Due to COVID? Or
Yes, because the people that I do the data analysis for, their job is to travel, and they can't
Yeah.
travel because of COVID. So they've had to change the way they work. So therefore, I've had to change the way I work a little bit because our systems aren't set up to handle the way they're currently working. But that's changing too. So we're actually adjusting now to that. And they're going to be able, I think, in the long term after COVID, be able to work a little more remotely and not have to travel as much, which is a big plus on their side. But I'm also seeing things go back to normal around the world. Like in the Asia countries and in a lot of European countries, people are getting back to normal. And here in the U.S., we're kind of not.
really?
Yeah, we're seeing where, things were getting back to normal for a
we
week
keep
or
pushing
two.
forward and coming back, pushing forward.
And now, now there are a bunch of states that have travel restrictions, and if you live in a certain state, you can't travel to another state, and they expect you to quarantine for 14 days if you've been in certain states. So there's been a lot of trying to adjust to accommodate for those situations.
Right.
But the rest of the world is opening back up, it seems like.
Well, I think the rest of the world is almost done. It seems like, at least.
Yeah.
While we're still circling.
Yeah, that's right.
Being that you work from home, and I know you and I have obviously talked about this, but I want to get this on here. Childcare. I know that wasn't really a big part of our plan or a worry of ours at first, and I know now that you're in your full stride, almost 5 months in here. How do you feel about childcare? Is that something we're going to look into at some point? What kind are we looking for? And I know it's not an option right now because of COVID, and I know we've explored some options, but what are you leaning towards?
Yeah, I'm leaning towards maybe some like part-time daycare in our house, preferably.
Is that like technically a babysitter or a nanny situation?
It's kind of like a nanny situation,
Yeah.
I guess. Of course, we have to explore cost options and things like that. But I like having her at home where I know, like, obviously it's our first kid. All this COVID stuff's going on. Like, I'd like to have her
I don't
in
see
our
someone
home.
else solving like last night we had
Right,
a
that
fit
meltdown.
issue. Yeah, I don't see someone else solving that
No.
problem because it was definitely us that was solving that problem, and
Yeah.
I don't think anybody else would have.
Well, of course, at this point, I've never left her for more than 2 hours at a time. So, Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I've never left her for more than 2 hours at a time, so I obviously at this point couldn't see sending her off to daycare.
Right.
But I know at some point, ideally, I would have no one and I would just be able to manage it. But as my career progresses, I just got a promotion, and so I'm going to have to probably focus on work a little bit more even. And then, of course, with your schedule change where you're not home 2 days a week or 3 days a week like you used to be, we're definitely going to have to, at some point, explore, some daycare. But again, my preferred option would be to have someone come in, even if it's just 2 or 3 days a week, not every day of the week, just 2 or 3 days a week, and hang out with her, essentially, and keep her entertained, because now she's at the age where she needs to be entertained all the time. It was easy when she was a baby.
Yeah, well, that's probably a little bit
she's still a baby, but a tiny baby where I could she slept, she ate, she pooped, repeat.
Yeah.
Now it's nap, or eat, nap, need to play, eat, nap, play.
Yeah.
And
she sits here quietly, defying everything we're saying.
Yeah, you're a good baby, though.
Well, thank you, my love, for coming on.
Yeah. It's my pleasure.
I love you, and you can sign off however you want.
I love you, too.